Well, Dallas Golden, remember the class of 2025 for the Fighting Irish, the 20th commitment already, Mike. That's pretty amazing. But a guy named Dallas Golden, he's got to go to Texas or Notre Dame, and I'm glad he went with the golden part of his name as he picked the Fighting Irish. So, two things. Number one, I'd love to hear about this guy because I find him really intriguing. And number two, where in the world is he going to play? He's got a lot of choices.
Dallas Golden, fantastic young man, fantastic player, awesome recruiting story. Let's start with the latter part, how his recruitment came together, Darren. This 6 foot, 182 pounds safety from Tampa Berkeley Prep, nation's number 104 overall player, number 12 safety. We'll talk about the position in a little bit. But when Notre Dame offered Dallas Golden, Keon Keeley was still committed to the Fighting Irish, Darren. That just kind of shows you how long Notre Dame's been recruiting Dallas Golden. I mean, Keeley was in the 2023 class. So August of 2022, I mean, Keeley was still months away from signing with the school. And then Notre Dame's offering a class of 2025 prospect. So, and this was not something a flyby offer where they just dish it out and they don't really talk to him. No, they have been recruiting this young man hard for a year and a half plus. So a key target. When we talk about top targets for Notre Dame in the 2025 class, it doesn't get much bigger than Dallas Golden. This is someone who the staff has badly wanted. This really came down to Notre Dame and Clemson. I think that was kind of the top two. Georgia very much in the mix, in Florida State. So I think those were the four. And then he also visited A&M, Miami, and UCF in the spring, Darren. You want to know one school that he did not visit? He did not go to Notre Dame. He has not been to Notre Dame since January. All those schools I just talked about, he's been to since his January 20th visit to Notre Dame. But when I interviewed him, I got to talk to him a couple nights before he announced his commitment. He told me that January 20th visit to Notre Dame just was so special to him, along with how hard the staff has been recruiting him. And he even mentioned Deuce Knight. I know there's people out there that are concerned about, maybe Deuce flipping to another school, or, schools out there that think they can get Deuce. About Deuce Knight and the job he's doing for Notre Dame on the recruiting front, and helping the Irish land Dallas Golden. So a huge commitment. He was going to take an official visit to Clemson in early June. That won't be happening any longer, Darren. He's all Notre Dame. I even asked him, hey, do you think you might talk to other schools? Like, how do you plan on handling that? He stopped me mid-question, Darren. He said, no, sir. My family and I were not interested in the decommitting thing. So all good signs there. Now, to talk about the position, he plays corner, safety, some quarterback, running back, receiver. He really can do it all. A big-time junior season, Darren. He led Berkeley Prep, and Berkeley's a very solid program. He led them to their first state title in Florida, the Florida 2M division. SB Live named Golden their 2023 Player of the Year in that division. He had 5 picks, 4 pass breakups, a blocked field goal, and then offensively, a total weapon, 205 carries, 1,467 yards, and 19 touchdowns, and then added 32 receptions, 394 yards, and 5 scores, even through a touchdown. So the question of where's he going to play, he's going to start out at corner. I know my colleague Mike Goolsby would like him to play offense. I get it. But to find a corner like him, it's very difficult. Like he's going to be he has it could be like a Ben Morrison, like that lockdown corner. But I think Dallas Golden is just more athletically gifted than Benjamin Morrison. So you just get Dallas Golden in your program, and good things are going to happen. So this is a huge recruiting win, Darren. And I'm going to go see him in about a week, and I'm really excited to see him again in action. Someone who, I've been very familiar with and have seen him in person before. He's talented.
Just your opinion. Is there a spot you love him at more than any other?
I mean, it's most fun at slot receiver. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, for folks watching on YouTube, just watch him run like a little slant, just beat this guy off the line. Yeah, corner might be my least position or least favorite position for him,
Okay.
just personally based on selfish reasons. Like I kind of like him safety, so he can have a little bit more range on the field for in terms of what he can do. But if the Notre Dame staff likes him at corner, I'll roll with what they believe.
So there could be a little tug of war in the coach's offices trying to get that guy into their position room. Hey, that's a nice problem to have. Versatility is so important in college football today. So, Mike, whether he's a defensive back or on the offensive side of the football, where do you think the Irish are right now in terms of defensive back recruiting in this cycle?
Yeah. So I always like to remind folks I haven't been covering Notre Dame football recruiting forever. I think my 1 year anniversary is tomorrow, or excuse me, 1 year, 5 year anniversary is May 1st, Darren. So I want to kind of throw it to you after I'm done giving my little spiel of this is like Notre Dame's best defensive back class since when? Like I would love to know, like on paper, this is so good. You have Dallas Golden, who is again the nation's number 104 overall player, number 12 safety. He he's I don't think he's even the best defensive back in the class. He's the best athlete, but Ivan Taylor from the Orlando, Florida area is an absolute freak show. I think he's a nickel or a safety, whatever. He's not the biggest guy, but boy, is he an absolute star. 5'11", 163 pounds. The son of Ike Taylor, former Steelers defensive back. Again, Taylor, top 100 prospect. He's as good as they come. Just everything that he does, he's just a complete defensive back. He played corner at Irish Invasion. He was outstanding when we saw him last summer, and I liked him the most there. But he's just as good as, if not better, at the safety position when you see him on film. Cree Thomas, when you watch his film, reminds you of Ben Morrison, and they just happen to go to the same high school at Phoenix Brophy Prep. 3-star according to 3 of the websites. Rivals ranks Thomas as a 4-star. I think he's like a low 4-star type guy. But boy, is he technically sound at the position. Cree Thomas looks, I think, really good on film. And then Ethan Long, 6'2", 185 pounds. Draws some, when you're talking about stylistically how he plays the game of football at the safety position, it gives some Kyle Hamilton vibes. Picked Notre Dame over Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan. 3-star guy, but another really impressive one with his length. And then, Darren, Notre Dame looks to be trending for Mark Zachary, the Indianapolis Ben Davis cornerback, who on 3 reported is looking at making a decision soon. We'll see just how soon. Soon's a very relative term, but he's a top 100 player per the On3 industry ranking. Michigan, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Florida, some of his offers. So if that's 5 right there, Darren, and then who knows, maybe they get Jaden Blair's an elite safety from North Carolina. I'm not feeling as confident about that one. But if you get those 4 plus Zachary, I mean, goodness gracious. When I started at Blue and Gold, Clarence Lewis was a 3-star from New Jersey, pretty unheralded, came in the summer and then beat out Tariq Bracy as a true freshman starting corner. That's not happening anymore. Notre Dame is not in a position where that's going to happen. They are loaded in the secondary these days, and it's definitely an exciting time.
I'm not a recruiting guru, but unless I'm just horribly mistaken, during the Kelly administration, I can't recall anything like this. I
Yeah.
know it didn't happen during Weiss and Willingham without even recalling.
We're looking at 3 like top 100 recruits
Yeah.
in the defensive backfield. Oftentimes you're signing 3 defensive backs just in a class, right? Maybe 3 or 4. So this is like Bama, Georgia level recruiting in the secondary when it comes to Notre Dame's 2025 class, Darren. Golden, Ivan Taylor, and potentially Mark Zachary. I mean, elites of the elites. It could be a really darn good defensive back class for the Fighting Irish.